Hello class, this is Oscar Crawford, the instructor for your Christian Worldview class. I want to give you a preview of an assignment coming up in Module 6 called the Role Model Review. It is going to be the most challenging written assignment that you'll have for the entire class. So I'm giving you a preview in Module 5 of the assignment. And I encourage you to take a look at this after this video and begin to think through how you're going to process that work. All right. The instructions will seem a bit confusing as they open. I want to unpack some of that for you. You're going to be instructed to select three scholarly sources. Select three scholarly sources from the Grand Canyon University Library related to the worldview of an individual considered by modern society to be a role model. All right, so two or three big things there we have to accomplish right off the bat. So first thing is I want you to think about is a high profile living personality that you might make central to this assignment. High profile personality, politician, athlete, actor, somebody who is very visible in the mainstream and that most persons would recognize their name. Please don't make this a relative unless your relative or a good friend meets this criteria. High profile personality. You should choose a high profile personality whose worldview is apparent to you. If you were to call me and say, I want to write about this person, but I'm not really sure what their worldview is, please be clear. I'm going to say to you, you haven't chosen the right person for you. Choose a high profile personality whose worldview is apparent to you. All right. The first part of that instruction said select three scholarly sources from the GCU library related to the worldview of the individual. So in this context, make sure that when you seek out your scholarly sources, they are not on the individual, but on the individual's worldview. Please be clear about that. All right. So you've opened up your paper by saying the individual chosen for this role model review is, give me their name, and then tell me based on observations you've concluded that their worldview is. Really good so far. So next you're going to go and get each of those three scholarly sources from the library, and you're going to write a paragraph on what each of those sources have to say about that individual's worldview. Please be clear, you got to get that part right or you'll not do well a major chunk of the assignment. You're choosing scholarly sources related to the worldview of the individual considered by modern society to be a role model. Okay. All right. After you've done those first three, or that's 3 to 4 paragraphs, opening up with your thesis statement, telling me who the individual is and what their worldview is based on your observation, and then you've done a paragraph on each of your scholarly sources, you're quickly moving on to indicating what you have observed about the particular individual that indicates their worldview to you. So if you chose an actor or a politician or an athlete, and you said that their worldview is the worldview you said is theirs, then you must say in your work 3 things that you identified that said their worldview is what you believe it is. So 3 things. There ought to be a complete paragraph of the 3 things that you said you've seen. All right. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to compare and contrast living out your worldview to how this person lives out their worldview. You're really going to stand each of you side by side, take a look, and say, okay, well, we did this on Mondays, they did it on Tuesday. Whatever those distinctions are, they can be similar or they can be extremely different. That's up to you. That's your call. Then the last thing that you're going to indicate in your paper is whether or not this individual you've chosen could be your personal role model. And I'm looking for 3 things that qualify the position you take, either pro or con. If the person could be your personal role model, indicate that to me in 2 or 3 reasons, or if not, indicate that to me in 2 or 3 reasons. All right, that's an overview and preview of the assignment that's coming up in Module 6. It's really it's the most significant written assignment that you will accomplish. Not the longest, that one's to come, but the most significant organized paper that you will write. I am always available to you. If at any time you don't understand the instructions that I am providing to you, let's have a conversation. We can work that out. Call me at 602-639-6690. I'm Oscar Crawford, the instructor for your Christian Worldview class.